The piece we're going to play this time with the Sydney Symphony is Gershwin Concerto in F, which is a really marvelous piece, a piece that I love and I'm very fond of. And it's been part of my repertoire as long as I can remember. I think probably I was 14 or 15 years old when I learned it, and I started playing it together with the Rhapsody in Blue. My parents were music lovers. They would listen to a lot of music at home, but jazz was really not the kind of music we would listen. We only listened to classical music. Jazz was really not part, and I didn't know about jazz until probably when I was 17, 18, when I moved to Paris to the conservatory, and I started listening to radio stations and going to jazz clubs, and then I of course completely fell in love with jazz. Now it's say that I play as a classical pianist, but I do it with all my heart, but I will never be a great jazz pianist, but I still love that music. And at least now it's really part of my language, so to speak. So I think the concerto now is a piece that you can only really play if you have knowledge about jazz, because Gershwin is one of those amazing and probably unique composer in the history of music, where you have a perfect blend of classical and jazz. I mean, he's technically a jazz composer, Broadway and cabaret and all the wonderful songs and all of that. And then he just started to do that symphonic, classical work, which is incredible when you think that he had really very little education. When he did the Rhapsody in Blue in 1924, it was a tremendous success. I mean, it was just, the public went crazy. And the director of the New York Philharmonic, the conductor in those days, came to him and asked him if he would write a piano concerto. And he said, yes, of course, with great pleasure. And he ran home, opened the dictionary to look what the concerto was, because he didn't know. I think Gershwin's popularity is timeless. It's just that music, it's just those themes. He was able to write and come up with these themes that are just so beautiful. It's really the kind of thing that you come home after a concert, after listening, you just are humming them all the time, and they just cannot get out of your head. They're just such great themes of music. And I'm very happy we're doing it here with the orchestra. I'm really looking forward, and with James Gaffigan, we worked often together, and he's really, really wonderful. And Sydney, just as a city, it's just, I mean, it's one of those miracle come true. It's got for me, it's like the climate of Los Angeles, the beauty of San Francisco in the sense that the city is a little bit more interesting with the hills and all of that. It just seems to be the perfect place.